Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL is back and it's in full throttle. Preseason's on. A lot of people hate the preseason. I too do. I was trying to watch an NFL game yesterday.
It's not good, man.
You know what's funny?
Okay, quick hit.
Yeah.
Preseason or Pro Bowl?
Oh, preseason for sure. But
I
here,
agree,
I've got a question for you. Preseason game or CFL game?
Preseason NFL. That's how pathetic CFL is.
No, see, I disagree. I watched a CFL game yesterday. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was Hamilton and, oh my God, I forgot who it was. It was Hamilton and Winnipeg? Whoever it was a good game.
At this point, you have a 1 in 6 chance of being right.
It's true. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. No, honestly, we cut the CFL pretty hard, but we got to talk about.
Was it the Yellow Blacks versus the Red Blacks, or was it the green? Was it the green Yellows versus
Tiger
the
Cats.
Orange Whites?
Oh, it was the Tiger Cats and the Argonauts. That's who it was yesterday. It was actually not bad. It was all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think so. Let's talk quickly about the NFL because things are. Last week we gave you guys kind of a list of players that moved from their old team to the new team, how they're going to do, and we got some responses back. We'll get into it in a minute. Before we get into our preview of each conference, which I wanted to do with you today, I want to talk a little bit about Deshaun Watson and the whole fiasco.
Man, yes.
So yesterday, Deshaun Watson. If you don't know and you live under the rock, here it is. Guy who played for the Houston Texans. He was a number 1 draft pick. Everyone, generational quarterback. Everyone loved him. And then he gets hurt. While you're getting hurt, you got to do some rehab. And let's just say when he was getting the rehab done, he was a little touchy-feely with all the physical therapists that he had hired. And you're like, what do you mean hired? And what do you mean many? Well, the Houston Texans basically gave him clout to say, hey, you know what? You don't like the one we have on staff? Go ahead. Go to Craigslist. Go wherever you want to get your own. Well, probably not the smartest idea in the world because 23 alleged allegations come out and say, hey, he touched me inappropriately. Not 1, not 2, 23 different women came out and said, hey, he was a little touchy.
Yeah, but
he was
Mitch,
a little handsy.
in all fairness, he settled 21 out of 23
That's
before
true.
this.
And so with that being said, what happened is the NFL...
I'm being facetious.
Absolutely.
But that's ridiculous.
Dude, ridiculous is the word of the year.
Robert Kraft is, man, you got to come talk to me first.
Yeah, come see me.
Come on, let me show you how you do this.
Exactly. Okay? So Houston basically puts him on the shelf for a year, right? For a variety of reasons and blah, blah. During that time, he's like, you know what, Houston, I don't like the way you guys are talking to me. I want out of here. And Cleveland comes a calling. No one else, the Cleveland Browns of all teams, the team that has just been an absolute dumpster fire over the last 20 years, turns around and says, hey, I like this guy. I want to give him, not only do we want him and we'll get rid of Baker Mayfield, who was the only quarterback that took us to the playoffs in the last 22 years. Let's get rid of the Heisman Trophy winner Baker Mayfield, who's a little crazy in his own right, like on the field, that is.
Right.
Let's get this guy. And hey, by the way, you make sure you give him 5 years, $230 million guaranteed.
All of it.
All of it. Hey. All of it.
Hey, what's that $10 not guaranteed doing on the contract?
Hey, what's that?
What is that?
Is that coffee money? No.
Said all of
guaranteed.
It.
So they sign him. They get rid of Baker. Then they're like, and then Cleveland, the management goes, hey, wait a minute. He might not play. These allegations are actually causing some issue. Hey, Baker, come. Do you want to come back for a minute? Baker's like, get lost and leave me alone. Okay, fine, Baker, fine. So the NFL
must be nice, Mayfield.
oh, you're so much bigger than us now all of a sudden. So Baker goes to Carolina. Then all of a sudden, the NFL has to address this situation. So they go, okay, in our collective bargaining agreement, we got to go to a judge. We're not sure how many games to give you. In the collective bargaining, so when you got the NFL players and the owners together collaborating, they're like, these kind of allegations, 6 games. 6 games is what you're going to get. Where Calvin Ridley last year put a parlay together, got caught, by the way, he lost it, gets an entire season banned with no pay.
I get the you know what? I've come around. I get the gambling point. How about,
I do too. I do.
Like, isn't marijuana like a whole season too? Almost?
That's correct. But it's in that Gordon case, that player Gordon that keeps getting. Yeah. It's been over and over.
Another
again.
Cleveland
guy.
Another Cleveland.
Interesting how this is all working. So I'll get to the bottom of it. The Judge Sue. So this lady, judge, reviews the documentation, basically is appalled of what she said. 12-page report. She turns around and says, okay, I can't give him more than what you guys have already collaborated on, but this dude's creepy. It's basically, if you read her 12-page report. So now Goodell being smart, he goes, wait a minute, no one likes this. I'm going to come in and be a super. Hey, guys, look, we said 6, but I'm going to try to get them 8 to 9, maybe if I can pull it a whole season. We'll see. As they're going through this, the season's starting. And so he has the right. He does have the right to play. And Cleveland puts him in the first preseason game yesterday. Here's his stats. 1 for 5, 17 yards, $230 million. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay, number one,
Yeah.
it is preseason.
Right.
Okay. We know he's better than that. Okay.
Maybe.
We'll see.
No,
right?
he is, yeah.
Look,
You're right.
Look, he's, once he gets his hands wrapped around it, he seems to be in his comfort zone. Okay. The ball. I'm just saying the ball.
Obviously the ball.
Obviously the ball. Look. Cleveland.
Yeah.
You love this, don't you? There's just some people in this world that know they can't get positive attention, so they just want negative attention.
Great point.
Because it just gives them good press, and I feel Cleveland is this one. Boy, are they... Who's in charge over there? Unless they know something we absolutely don't. But the thing is what's funny, it's not funny, but what is funny is that he could play the entire season as long as he challenges.
That's right.
This case, and it continues to go to court. And if you think about all the allegations and everything, he could drag this out for a very, very long time and continue to play. I don't know what, because for him to play it, for Cleveland to let him play, I'm actually on Cleveland's side on this.
Right.
Why punish the... This is my logic.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why let the guy take the 8 games?
Right.
Just submit, say, yeah, I'll take the 8 games, and then still have to deal with stuff later.
Right.
When it could just be like, just play, just start, because they're going to have to deal with it anyways.
Right. I see where you're coming from. My opinion is this: there's times that bad publicity is good publicity, meaning you want that, it's getting eyes on the team and this and that and whatever. I was actually reading some stats. The Cleveland Browns as an organization, number 1 with regards to fan base, meaning home games, most sold out, even more than Green Bay, more than everyone else. The Cleveland Brown fan is an actual fan. But this is the one thing that you don't want hovering over. If I'm Deshaun, and by the way, right before the game against Jacksonville yesterday, he went on the news and said sorry. He's like, hey, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to be a better guy. There are times you should say sorry, and there are times you don't. This one, Deshaun, just stay out of it, man. My humble opinion, take your 8 games, take your lump like a man, stay out of it, and then it's done. And then you're still going to get the wrath. You're still going to get the people yelling at you in game 9 and 10 when you're back. But my humble opinion is this is not the one you want to, you don't want to die on this sword.
Don't Roger Clemens this one.
Yeah, don't. Exactly.
Right? Yeah, so I agree with, look, I'm just saying I understand where Cleveland's coming from and saying, let's put this guy out, right? However, I agree with you. Just listen, what is the path of least resistance to just get this off the books?
Agreed.
Because this one is beyond bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's just beyond bad. And the way that I look at the 8 game, if you knew that you're away for 8 games and it starts getting settled, just look, you've already committed to this as your franchise QB for the long term. You've given him a contract. Just let it go.
Right.
And if he takes the 8 game, I don't want you to do one interview. I don't even want you to surface for the year. Just come back and call it a day, because I find sports, if anything, is the most forgiving industry. People forget and forgive very, very quickly.
Very true.
And point in case, and I'm not trying to be a funny guy here, but all you need to do is pick up the phone, call Ben Roethlisberger, and just say, dude, give me a couple pointers here. Everyone, I need to get out of this.
Yeah.
Because if there's anyone who dodged a real bullet, was that guy too.
Yeah. And I mean, out of that,
no one talks about it.
And no one talks about it is right. Exactly. And unfortunately, there's a lot of players that have done this this sort of thing. And your point is absolutely on point.
Next time, do Brett Favre. Why is Brett Favre the greatest?
Because
he just sent a couple deep
just
picks.
Send the pics.
Just send the pics.
And by the way, Snapchat, it erases right after.
Hey, is this something that you would like?
Yeah.
Okay, I will book my massage.
And you can tell if somebody took a picture of it, like if they kept it. You're like, hey, whoa, hey, why are you keeping that?
Oh,
hey, Your Honor, she kept it. What am I supposed to do? She put it on the wall. What am I going to say? You know what I mean? It is what it is.
What do you do?
Hey, nothing. So from there, last week...
You want to see the Clemson Tiger?
Oh, my God. We're going to get canceled so fast. It's so crazy.
It's not the CGSW show.
Yeah, exactly.
People,
that's why.
People
That's why.
have to click.
They have to click on it.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's your fault. Your fault, fan.
could say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked in.